Welcome to dNAxt. We are discussing class B subnetting. In class B, in this video, we'll be discussing /26. So /26 means 26 bits are there for your network and remaining 6 bits are of the host out of total 32 bits. 26 bits are of the network and 6 bits are of the host. Out of 26, 16 are your major network bits and you have borrowed 10 bits for subnetting, which are highlighted in green. These are the subnet bits and these are 10 bits. Okay, so how many subnetworks you will get? It is 2 to the power x, where x is the number of network bits and number of network bits over here is 10. So 2 to the power 10 means 1024 subnetworks we will get. When we borrow 10 bits in class B, we get 1024 subnetworks. Okay, let's convert this into decimal form of the subnet mask. And it becomes 255.255.255.192 because 2 bits are on and the value of first bit is 128 and the second is 64. So 128 plus 64 is 192. So subnet bit value over here is 192. How many hosts per subnetwork you will get? That is 2 to the power y minus 2, where y is the number of host bits and host bits over here are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 host bits are there. So 2 to the power 6 minus 2. 2 to the power 6 is 64. 64 minus 2. Actually 64 IP addresses you will get and one network ID and one broadcast ID we are subtracting over here. So actually 62 hosts you can accommodate in each subnetwork. As you are getting 1024 subnetwork. What are the valid subnets? Increment, since we have borrowed the bits from the third octet as well as from the fourth octet, there will be increment in both of these. But first there will be an increment in the fourth octet, and when the increment in the fourth octet is complete, then increment in the third octet will take place. Okay. So 256 minus 255, so there will be an increment of 1 in the third octet and 256 minus 192. So the increment of 64. Increment of 64 in the fourth octet. So let's write down few subnetworks in this series. 172.16.0.0 172 dot first increment will always be there. Always remember, in subnetting, borrowing of the host bits will always take place from left to right and increment will always take place from right to left. Since there is increment in both the octets, in class A we will be discussing some scenarios there will be increment in the 3 octets. So always remember, for increment we always go from right to left. For increment we always go from right to left, just like our digital watch or just like our timer. Extreme right there are seconds, then there are minutes, and in extreme left there are hours. Okay, so first of all seconds will rotate and then minutes and then hours. In the same way, there will be an increment in the fourth octet first, followed by the third octet. So 172.16.0.64, 172.16.0.128, increment of 64. So 64 plus 64. Then 172.16.0.192, increment of 64. 192 plus 64 is 256, which is not possible, and hence there will be an increment in the third octet now, which is 1.0. Again 1 आ गया अभी, यहाँ पे फिर से we will start increment in the fourth octet. So 1.0, 1.64, 1.128, 1.192. Then it will become 2.0, 2.64, 2.128, 2.192, 3.0. 3.0 says 3.64, 3.128, 3.192, 4.0. 4.0 के बाद 4.64, 4.128, 4.192, 5.0. In this way, the increment will go on and we will get 1024 subnetwork. What will be the network ID of 1024 subnetwork? It will be 172.16.255.192. This will be your last subnetwork, right? Now let's write down the broadcast IDs. Here it will be 192.16.0.63. इंक्रीमेंट जहाँ पे वहाँ का previous number. Simple. Same 192.16.0.127 will be the broadcast ID of the second network. For third network, third subnetwork, 172.16.0.191. For fourth subnetwork, it will be 172.16.0.255 because 1.0 के पहले 0.255 होगा IP address. So वही इसका previous का broadcast ID होगा. 172.16.1.63, 1.127, 1.191, 1.255. These will be the broadcast ID. What will be the broadcast ID of the last one? It will be 172.16.255.255. This will be the broadcast ID of your last subnet. Is this clear? This is all about /26. We'll be discussing /27 of class B in the next video. So stay tuned with dNAxt. Thank you.